This year, the WGF Board of Directors is delighted to honor two young women who have inspired and energized all of us with their enthusiasm and commitment to making Southwest Pennsylvania a better place for women and girls to thrive. Whew. Through their working, advocating for cleaner air and improved environmental policies. Curry and MiKayla Sonneborn first joined WGF as participants in our Regional Change Agents program in 2009. After being presented with WGF's Status of Women in Pennsylvania report, they noticed that cancer rates for women were alarmingly high in Greene County. They decided to research environmental factors that could lead to poor health outcomes, and they investigated potential policy solutions to improve local air quality. Together, they developed an advocacy project to address the diesel emissions from school buses, which can cause health issues among the students. Their project, Going Green, encouraged passage of new transportation policies at the school board level, requiring the retrofitting of older buses with a diesel particulate filter to reduce external and internal emissions, and enforcement of no idling regulations. They were successful in convening several school districts and convincing several school districts in their communities to pass this new legislation. Curry and MiKayla have since made numerous presentations to school districts throughout Greene County and are now working to address this issue at school districts in a three-county area, Greene, Washington, and Fayette. Curry and MiKayla were invited by WGF to attend a luncheon at the White House with President Obama and had the opportunity to discuss their project with Secretary of Labor, Hilda Solis, who gave them a tour of Mrs. Obama's organic garden. They have also presented their policy recommendations to Greene County commissioners and have met with the local sheriff to discuss enhanced no idling enforcement. While we are honoring them tonight for their environmental advocacy work, we wanted you to know that in addition to their work with the Women and Girls Foundation, they are very busy. At school, MiKayla is a member of the high school band and chorus, the Academic League, the National Honor Society, the American Chemical Society, and Science Club, and she is an officer of the Chemistry Club. MiKayla is an editor of the yearbook and newspaper staff and received first place awards at region and state junior Academy of Science competitions. She has medaled in numerous track events and cross-country meets and was twice named Observer Reporter Athlete of the Week for her track and cross-country performances in 2011. In school, Curry is president of the National Honor Society and the class of 2012. She is on the mock trial team and a member of the Chemistry Club. She is a member of the school publications team and is involved in concert and marching band. As a member of Sugar Grove Church, she's had the opportunity to travel on mission trips to Jamaica with Hands and Feet Ministries, where Curry has used sign language to communicate and witness to children at a deaf school. She loves to volunteer and does so as a junior staff member at Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership. She's also a coach for Greene County Youth Soccer. And I'm not kidding. There is so much more I could tell you about these young women, but we don't have the time. We do have the time to give them a standing ovation.
Greene County anytime we ask. We'd also like to thank the continuous support of our school as well as our school district. We've had so much support in everything that we've done. And the Community Foundation with Executive Director Betty Stammerjohn, who is one of the ones who helped nominate us for this award. And we just really appreciate everything that everyone has done. I wanted to take these 5 quick minutes to share some facts with you. At WGF, we have a vision to create a region where women and girls have equal access and opportunity and influence in all aspects of their public and private lives. We pursue this vision by developing the female leaders of tomorrow while investing in better public policy today. Kara and MiKayla and their policy advocacy work in Greene County and past successful efforts by our teams, like their famous Girl Code of Abercrombie & Fitch, are great examples of what we mean when we talk about developing female leaders who take action and succeed. This year, WGF took 100 girls to Harrisburg as part of our Girl Gals program. We hired state legislators for a day, attended committee meetings and legislative sessions, and they read up on policy briefs before they left so that they could advocate articulately for a cause they deeply cared about while they were with their legislators that day. As to investing in better public policy today, why do we do that? Because while it is crucial to increase the number of women policymakers, we also need to work with our current nonprofit, corporate, and elected leaders to find solutions to alleviate current gender inequities at the systemic level. 100% of the funds we grant are developed by individual donations made to the Women and Girls Foundation by courageous and civic-minded women and men like you, working together to seed social change. Together, over these last 8 years, we have invested over $1 million in grants awarded to local organizations to advocate for women and girls' rights. And what's most exciting is that those grants have resulted in over 12 new public policies and laws that have been adopted at the city, county, and state levels to advance women's rights and economic security. So what does that mean in the real world? As a result of just one of these grants, a grant to the Midwife Center to help pass the Medical Assistance Birth Center Reimbursement Act, 46,467 women in our state now have better access to birth center care, and 4 million do nationally. Now that's a pretty powerful return on investment on a $10,000 grant. During this time of economic turmoil, our grantees in our community need our support more than ever. 75% of households living in poverty in our region and in our state are run by single mothers raising kids on their own. And those single women are twice as likely to have become unemployed since the recession began compared to their married male counterparts. And yet, as the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics recently reported, since 2009, 90% of the new jobs created have gone to men, while 80% of the jobs that have been cut were held by women. As federal and state budgets threaten to decrease support for child care subsidies and women's reproductive health care and education, and as the Marcellus Shale and new green job sectors emerge, our advocacy and grant-making efforts on behalf of women's economic security will be laser-focused in ensuring that women have equitable access to economic development opportunities. We will continue to advocate to increase the economic security of families and communities, then we need to intentionally invest in more workforce development and training opportunities for women to connect them with the job opportunities that are being created in our state. And we need to invest in supporting the creation of jobs that reflect emerging demand and in sectors where women have traditionally succeeded in majority numbers, like healthcare and social services and education. We need to remember that for women, access to affordable and accessible childcare and reproductive health care are economic development priorities. These will be our core advocacy priorities for 2012, supported by your investments. And we will continue to engage young women as our partners and leaders of this work. Your attendance tonight makes you partners with us in this work as well. I want to extend a special thank you to our event chair, Susan Lammy, wherever she is, and to our dynamic MCs, Lisa Schroeder and Meg Sheever and Janine Zappa, and tonight's incredible host committee and sponsors and the board of directors. As Susan said, it does take a village. And my daily village is the Women and Girls Foundation staff. And they're assorted amongst you. They are not in one place because I wanted to have you get to applaud them. But when you leave for coffee and dessert and you see someone with a staff badge, I'm going to read their names and you just give them a big hug because they've worked so hard to make tonight a big success. Zooey Joshi, Tara Simmons, Jillian Stoner, Jonathan Harrison, Susan Blackman, and Channing Manning. This is the incredible staff and the biggest work of our world. And Zooey especially deserves our special gratitude tonight as she worked so tirelessly to ensure tonight's success. And many people have asked us about the brilliant graphic design firm that created our reusable coaster invitations, and that is our own Director of Operations, Tara Simmons. So now I hope you know what we do. I hope that if tonight was the first time you came to something related to Women and Girls Foundation, that you will come back again and again, that you will sign up at our website so that you can be part of our advocacy efforts, and that we will see you at many future events. And now, to keep the conversation moving forward, we invite you to join us in the lobby for dessert and coffee, and we hope that you will think about joining us at our next policy briefing breakfast on December 9th, when Susan Eller, CEO of Population Action International, will join us to screen their new film, Weathering Change, which explores the impact of global warming on women's economic security globally. And so as our parting gift to you tonight, we wanted to show you their 1-minute trailer to tempt your palate, and the details of that event are in your program. Good evening.
I'm trying to record. You see their hands.
There has been a huge change. Before it used to rain seasonally, but now it doesn't. The seeds are just dying.
Without water, we cannot live. Little by little, it's going away. I don't know what's going to happen when the ice is gone.
The only way we can raise our kids is from the land. If the land fails to produce, there isn't enough to feed them. A woman's life is hard, and climate change is making it harder.